What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a preview for the weekly reset coming to Destiny 2 this week on the 14th of January. And the good thing at this point is that we're only 3 weeks away from a new episode drop-in, so if you're still playing the game, there's some more content on the way. Otherwise, we have the continuation of Act 3 this week, so we can carry on making progress on all of the related content there. On top of that, Destiny 2 should be getting the first update of 2025 this week, and there'll be a bunch of sandbox changes, fixes, and more, so we'll touch on that briefly, as well as rewards for the week and all of the featured activities, the Nightfall, raids and dungeons, farmable exotics, and a handful of other items in the video. First up though guys, today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Everything in our lives is getting more expensive, whether it's video games, putting fuel in the car, or food on the table. And recently, I've been trying to focus on doing a better job of managing money, and I was shocked at just how much money I was spending on subscriptions and things that I didn't really need. That's why Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app, and it can help you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. So with the app, once you've connected your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all of your subscriptions in a single list. So from there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and the app can even help you cancel subscriptions in just a few taps. Plus, it can scan your bills to help you find savings, and even help you negotiate your bills from internet service providers, phone bills, and stuff like that. Plus, Rocket Money can automatically analyze your accounts to determine the best time for you to save personally, so you can set your own spending goals, select a savings frequency, and then watch your savings start to grow. Plus, you can edit, pause, or withdraw money from your savings at any time. So it's an extremely valuable tool for sure. And if you want to save more and spend less, right now you can join over 5 million users of Rocket Money by downloading the app. So go to rocketmoney.com/houndish or click the link in the description and you can get started with a free trial. Totally recommend that you do that. And thanks to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Now though, as we get into the content for this week, Act 3 of episode Revenant continues. So we can carry on doing Slayer's Fang upgrades if you need to work on any of those. We also have new Act 3 fieldwork, tonics and all that stuff which we can progress for the next 3 weeks. Which leads us up to Heresy, the next episode, which will drop in the first week of February. So in that time, we're also likely to see a bunch of reveals for the episode, and I'll keep you posted with all of that as always. There will also be a game update to Destiny 2 this week. Bungie have outlined some of the sandbox changes, with weapon tuning, a lot of it focused around PvP, but there'll be some interesting adjustments there, and Bungie had previously indicated that they were hoping to get a bunch of fixes in for Revenant in this update as well. So we'll have to wait for the patch notes on Tuesday, but hopefully, we'll get some of the much needed updates there. On top of that, another possibility in the next couple of weeks at least is the Bento event that we've seen in the database. Bungie had said that this will be dropping in the final weeks of episode Revenant, so they haven't confirmed the date yet, but it's entirely possible that it will be this week. And of course, that gives us a quest that will award Shadow White, but a handful of other quests which can award adept weapons, materials, spoils of conquest, and more. And so while it isn't guaranteed to drop this week, it will be dropping in the very near future, and as always, I'll keep you posted on that once we get more details. Otherwise though, we do get new weekly challenges. This will be the very final week of challenges for this episode, as far as I know. So firstly, there's Fortress 3 to complete part 3 of Act 3, Kell of Kells. That will auto-complete if you already did it last week. We also have Immortal Wrath to defeat combatants with Slayer's Fang inside of episode Revenant activities. So Tomb of Elders, Onslaught, or indeed the Exotic Mission should count for that. Then we have Neptune activities, and on Neomuna we need to complete bounties, patrols, public events, and lost sectors. Plus there's Commendation Appreciation to earn progress for giving commendations in Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit matches. Finally though, we have Expedited Violence to rapidly defeat targets in Crucible, Gambit, or Vanguard, and we get bonus progress for Guardian Final Blows. There's also Ultimate Champion to defeat champions in any Nightfall strike on advanced difficulty or higher, and we get bonus progress at higher difficulty tiers there. And finally though, there is Calibrate Long Range to get long range weapon kills with pulse rifles, bows, trace rifles, and we get bonus progress for defeating guardians there as well. Otherwise, when it comes to any additions that are possibly coming to Revenant, I'll have to keep you posted. Next up though, in the Pale Heart, we'll get a refresh of course on the co-op mission, as well as for the Salvation's Edge raid and the Excision mission, so that includes the pinnacle drops for those as well. And then over in the Vanguard, the Nightfall for this week should be Battleground Behemoth added to the rotation, so that'll be interesting. And the featured weapon should be Wild Style, where of course we can get the Adept version from the Grandmaster. For raids and dungeons though, firstly, on Europa, we've got Deepstone Crypt featured this week, so all of the legendary loot and of the Eyes of Tomorrow rocket launcher will be totally farmable there. Additionally, the Root of Nightmares raid will be featured as well, where we can farm for the conditional finality, so a couple of nice raid exotics to farm for this week. Plus, in the Legends tab, the Prophecy Dungeon will be featured, so another good one to go after since the legendaries will be farmable. And interestingly, according to the rotation, Spire of the Watcher should be a featured dungeon this week as well, where we can pick up Hierarchy of Needs, although that has already been featured in the previous weekly reset, so not sure what's going on with that rotation, and it is possible that we'll actually get a different activity on reset, so we'll just have to wait and see. For the exotic mission in the Legends tab though, this week, we'll see Node Override Avalon, where of course we can pick up Vexcalibur as well as all of its upgrades, so if that's one you still need to work on, this will be a good week to do it. And finally, for the Dares of Eternity, on top of the core loot drops this week, we'll get Rotation 3 items, which includes the Scatterhorn and Lightkin armor sets, as well as a bunch of weapons from Season of the Splicer, and a couple of additional world drops from Forsaken, and these can drop randomly on encounter completions. But for the Lost Sectors featured this week, we'll start out in the Pale Heart for Tuesday, and we've got the Forgotten Deep. Then on January 15th, we'll have Extraction in Savathun's Throne World. January 16th, we'll see Sepulchre in Savathun's Throne World, and then we'll get Metamorphosis on January 17th, before moving over to the Moon with K1 Revelation on January 18th, Bay of Drowned Wishes in the Dreaming City for January 19th, and finally, we'll also have the Chamber of Starlight in Dreaming City for January 20th. And from these, we have chances at world weapon drops, as well as exotic engrams on solo clears. Very finally though, in the Dreaming City, the Ascendant challenge this week should be the Shattered Ruins, which can be found via the Spine of Keres, so not too difficult to get to, but if you want some gameplay of the location and collectibles for that one, we'll run it at the end of the video. And for today guys, that is everything we have to round up for this weekly reset. I'll keep you posted as always on the patch that we get on Tuesday, any additional changes we haven't heard about yet, as well as the possibility of other bits of content dropping before the end of this episode. So keep it locked and loaded here on the channel, get subscribed, and I will keep you up to date. If you've enjoyed the video though, a rating below really does help us out as well, and let us know in the comment section any things you plan to jump into Destiny 2 to get done this week. But otherwise, as always, I very much appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.